Hello, students. Wherever you go, no matter what the weather, always bring your own sunshine. Today I am here to tell you a poem, The Shed. It's written by Frank Flynn. So, what's a shed? A shed is a rooftop. It's a shelter to keep animals, or it can also be used to keep or store things. It can be used for different purposes. This poem is narrated by poet when he was a child. So, a child narrated this poem about a shed. So, let me read the first stanza. There's a shed at the bottom of our garden with a spider's web hanging across the door. Their hinges are rusty and creak in the wind. When I'm in bed, I lie and listen. I'll open the door one day. So a child says that there's a shed at the bottom of the garden in his house, and the spider web hangs at its door. We know that when things get old and there is no cleanliness, then the spider webs hangs usually. Door hinges, which means joints. Okay, so the door hinges are rusty and they make a creaking sound. The child hears the sound at night and thinks that he would open the door one day. So those sounds made him curious to know what is there. Next, there's a dusty old window around at the side with 3 cracked panes of glass. I often think there's something staring at me. Each time that I pass, I'll peep through that window one day. It's clear that this shed has a dusty old window on its one side that has 3 of it glass panes broken, which means कि खिड़की के जो शीशे हैं वो टूटे हुए हैं. Every time he passes by, he feels that someone staring at him. Peep means to look inside. So he feels that someone is there and he thinks to find out the truth by looking inside it. Next, my brother says there's a ghost in the shed who hides under the rotten floorboards. And if I ever dare to set foot inside, he will jump out and chop off my head. But I'll take a peek one day. So here comes another character, that's poet's brother. So the poet's brothers tell him that a ghost lives under the floorboards. What are floorboards? That are wooden floor covering. He warns him not to enter the shed, as the ghost would cut off his head. But the child has a mind to peek in one day. So in spite of the poet's brother warning that if he dared to enter inside, the ghost would jump out and cut off his head, the poet intends to take a look inside one day, as he is brave enough. Finally, I know that there isn't really a ghost. My brother tells lie to keep the shed for his den. There isn't anyone staring or making strange noises, and the spider has been gone from his web. Since I don't know when, I'll go into that shed one day soon, but not just yet. The poet knows that there are no ghosts at all, and no ghost lives in the shed too. His brother lies to keep the shed for his own personal use. No one stared from inside and made strange noises, and the spider too had left its web. So the child decides to enter the shed someday soon. The poet thinks that the strange noises and the feeling of someone staring of him is only an unreal thing or his imagination. The poet is still afraid of the ghost, even though he is certain that no ghost lives in the shed. So he is not prepared to enter it while remaining curious about what lies inside it. But he is hopeful and planning to enter the shed one day soon. So it's all about the poem. Let's meet in the next video. Goodbye.